Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good morning. My name is just Christy Ruppe, and you're all here this morning for first appearance. The purpose of this hearing is to inform you of the charges against you and determine whether there is probable cause for your arrest. Probable cause only means that it's more likely than not that you committed the crime in which you've been arrested for. As you appeared before me this morning, you were considered not guilty of what you've been charged with. That status will remain with you through each stage of these proceedings up until changed by you if you plead out to your case or the state attorney's office if they prove the case against you beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. In all likelihood, you were arrested on a warrant or a new charge. Either way, you were given a bond pursuant to the bond schedule for the 5th Judicial Circuit. I will determine whether to keep that bond the same, increase it, decrease it, or whether there are any other conditions of pretrial release which will be imposed upon you. I will also determine this morning whether you'd like to hire a private attorney, whether you'd like to represent yourself, or whether you'd like the Public Defender's Office to be appointed on your case. If you cannot afford to hire an attorney, I will appoint the Public Defender's Office for you this morning. You are entitled to make a phone call to let friends, family, or counsel know where you are. If you haven't had the opportunity to make that phone call yet, please let me know, and I'm sure you get that phone call this morning. Finally, and most importantly, you have the right to remain silent, and I encourage you to do so. These hearings are recorded, and there is an assistant state attorney in this courtroom writing down everything you say. Anything you say about the facts of your case can and will be held against you in the prosecution of your case down the road. At this time, I'd like everyone to raise your right hand so I can place you under oath. Solemnly swear or affirm testimony before the court will be the truth, whole truth, nothing but the truth. Go ahead and put your hands down. As I call your name, please come forward to the podium. Tina Bach.
Recommendation was 30 from the application.
Hi, Ms. Bach. Can I have your date of birth?
1168.
Okay, Ms. Bach, you are here today for a violation of probation. It looks like you were placed on probation for open house party and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. The allegation is that you failed to report in March for probation and that there was no proof of the community service or the community values class. If you wanted to go ahead and try to resolve your case today, the recommendation of probation is 30 days. Hernando County Jail will give you credit for any days that you have in. Did you want to go ahead and take care of it today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you understand that by admitting that you violated your probation, you're giving up right to have a hearing on the matter?
I'm not sure what that means.
You're giving up right to have a hearing where the state attorney would prove that you violated your probation. You want to give up your right to that hearing in order to take care of this case today?
No.
Okay. All right, we'll go ahead and enter. We want to take a plea today. We'll go ahead and see you back to court on May 2nd at 9 o'clock. Keep it no bond. You want me to appoint the Public Defender's Office?
Your Honor, I was actually going to be paying off my community service and my probation officer tomorrow.
Okay. Do you want me to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you?
Yes, please.
Okay. I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office. Someone will be out to see you soon, okay? Ashley Clayton.
Good morning.
Ms. Clayton, can I have your date of birth?
11/23/1983.
You're here today for driving while your driver's license is suspended or revoked. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want me to appoint the Public Defender's Office?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I also see that you have some open cases here, grand theft and a felony petty theft and providing false name to a law enforcement officer, and those cases are set on April 27th in front of Judge Toner. What we're going to do at this time is probable cause to believe that you committed another crime while you were out on bond on those cases, so we're going to recommit you, RCO you, on 2018 CF 43, 2018 CF 152. It means you're not entitled to bond on those cases at this time. You are entitled to bond on the driving on suspended driver's license. I'll set that bond at $5,000. We're going to see you back to court on the driver's license case on May 2nd at 9 a.m., okay?
So I have no bond on my other cases?
Correct.
Even though I was already bonded out?
Correct. Laura Skokowski. And Ms. Skokowski, can I have your date of birth?
10/8/66.
You are here today for a domestic battery charge. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Did you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody, or do you want the PD?
I hire myself.
Okay. Do you know who you're going to hire?
Not at the moment.
Okay. All right. State prior record?
None, Your Honor.
Okay. I have an address here in Rosemont Lane in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
That's my temporary residence.
Okay. Do you receive mail there?
Yes.
Okay. How long have you lived there?
I've only been there since January, and we're going back up north
Okay.
to our permanent residence.
Where's that, New York?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have a job?
I'm retired.
Right. I'm going to go ahead and set your bond at $500. I'm going to order that you have no contact with James Skalkowski. Do not call, do not write, do not email, do not have anyone else call, write, or email. Any way that you can imagine having contact with Mr. Skalkowski, I forbid you from doing so. If you see him out somewhere, you should turn around and go the other way. If he calls you, you should hang up the phone. I'm going to hold you until 4 o'clock today in case he wants to file an injunction against you. If he does file that injunction against you, I want to read it very carefully to be very specific as to how many feet you need to stay away from him, his home, his vehicle, or anywhere else he may frequent. You're going to hire someone, and we'll see you back to court on May 2nd at 9 a.m.
Thank you.
Tyrone Carey. Mr. Carey, can I have your date of birth?
9/16/75.
You are here today for a violation of an injunction.
Yes.
I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody? Or do you want the public defender's office?
Public defender.
Public defender's office to represent you, state for a record.
Judge, there was an arrest in 2005 in Hernando County for a battery. There is a grand theft conviction out of 2009. There was an arrest for aggravated battery on a pregnant person, but it looks like it was resolved. That may have been the charge that he pled to in 2009. There was an allegation of a sexual assault that was dropped. There was a probation violation for a felony 2013, and criminal registration again June 2013.
Okay. Mr. Perry, I have an address for you on Carthage Road in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
Yeah, that's my house.
How long have you lived there?
I've lived there 4 years.
Do you have a job?
Yes, I do.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a professional barber and hairstylist.
Okay.
And I have full custody of my son.
All right. I'm going to set your bond at $5,000. Appointed the public defender. We'll see you back on May 2nd, okay?
Okay,
That
thank
injunction
you.
is still in place. You're to have no contact to the petitioner in that injunction. I don't have the name today.
Oh, guaranteed, guaranteed.
Guaranteed. Write that down. All right. Timothy Davis.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I have your date of birth?
6892, ma'am.
All right. You are here today for loitering or prowling. The bond is currently $1,000. Resisting an officer without violence, the bond is currently $1,000. And trespass on a structure conveyance, the bond is currently $1,000. I did find probable cause for your arrest. If you want to represent yourself, you're going to hire somebody, you want the public defender's office.
I represent myself.
Okay. State prior record.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm showing a traffic charge out of 2010 Monroe and a violation of probation. Grand theft 2012 Hernando, guilty. Failure to appear allegation in August 2012. Resisting without violence 2012 Pasco. Failure to appear Hernando out of 2013. Pasco 2013. Failure to appear. Probation violation. A possession of paraphernalia 2015 out of Pasco. Robbery by sudden snatching or firearm, conviction of guilt in 2015, and resisting. Burglary of a conveyance, guilty and sentenced to Florida State Prison in 2015.
Hey, excuse me, ma'am.
And then I'm showing some type of arrest in Pasco 2018, but I don't see a disposition.
Okay. Yes, sir.
I'm on medication, ma'am. I'm prescribed Zyprexa for schizophrenia. And the charges I just received last night, I had to take my meds.
Okay, don't say anything about the facts of your case, okay? You're going to be able to talk to an attorney about that. Well, actually, don't get so close to the microphone either. I can't hear what you're saying. You're going to be self-represented. Are you sure you don't want me to appoint the public defender's office to represent you?
Yes, you don't put representative office, ma'am.
What's that?
Yes, ma'am, you can appoint a public defender.
I can't understand. Do you want me to appoint the public defender's office or not? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Public Defender's Office. I'm going to set your bond at $5,000 each, okay? We're going to see you back to court on May 2nd. Someone from the PD's office will be out to see you soon.
Excuse me, ma'am. Did you raise all my bonds to 5,000?
I did, sir. Alvin Delane.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I have your date of birth?
6/14/92.
Okay. Mr. Delane, you are here today for possessing a place for the sale or trafficking or manufacturing of controlled substance, trafficking in drugs, possession of hashish, possession of drug paraphernalia, attempt to solicit or conspire to sell crack cocaine, unlawful use of a two-way device, sale of crack cocaine times 3, another unlawful use of a two-way device, sale of crack cocaine 2 more, unlawful use of a two-way communication device, possession of paraphernalia, another sale of crack cocaine, unlawful use of a two-way device, and another possession of a place for trafficking, sale, or control of controlled substance, and finally a battery charge. I did find probable cause for each of these. Do you want to represent yourself? Do you want to hire somebody, or do you want the public defender's office?
I'm hiring somebody.
Do you know who you're going to hire?
Her name Vanessa Nye.
She's still. And that's the Nye, right?
Yes.
All right. Date, you wanted to be heard on bond, or?
We would ask that the bonds on the warrant remain the same, Judge. The prior history is not much, but these issues of warrants were subject of a relatively lengthy vice and narcotics investigation, and since 2016 he's been off the grid. SCU picked him up last night, so we would ask that the bonds remain where they are.
Mr. Delane, I have an address for you on 232 Walker Ave in Brooksville. Is that where you live?
No.
Where do you live?
402 Walker.
402 Walker. All right. Do you have a job these days?
No, ma'am.
I'm going to keep all the bonds the same on all these warrants, and we're going to see you back to court on May 7th for each of those, except for the battery charge. The battery charge is going to be May 2nd. Okay, make sure your attorney knows the court dates.
Yes, ma'am.
Is that a marriage?
So when you said May 2nd and May what?
7th.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you, Judge. That concludes my business, Dave. Excuse me.
Have a good day.
Thank you.
What was that court date, Judge? I'm sorry. 2nd and the 6th. Okay, thank you. And it stayed the same? May 7th.
Jerry Zio.
Did you write all the bonds?
Just on the first one.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, sir. Can I have your date of birth?
9/25/63.
Okay. All right, you are here today for driving a suspended driver's license and a violation of probation out of Lake County. I did find probable cause for your arrest on each of these. Do you want me to appoint the public defender's office?
If possible.
Appoint the public defender's office. On driving a suspended driver's license, we'll go ahead and keep your bond the same on that. It'll be $1,000. We'll see you back to court May 2nd. For the violation of probation on Lake County, it's no bond on that right now. We're going to keep that no bond. And then when you finish up here in Hernando, they'll bring you over to Lake County, and you can ask for an attorney and a court date when you get there, okay? Now, if you bond out on this misdemeanor driving a suspended driver's license or resolve that case, then they'll bring you right up to Lake County after that.
That's
Or
right.
actually, if you bond out, you got to bring yourself. No, because there's no bond, so they'll take him. Never mind. Okay, Joseph Hernandez.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. Can I have your date of birth?
3394.
Okay, you're here today for a violation of a domestic violence injunction. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want to represent yourself, hire somebody, you want the public defender's office?
Private attorney.
Who do you have?
Peyton Heslop.
Okay. All right, you still live on Anchor Ave in Spring Hill?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Let's see, you have an open case here, 2017 MM4307. That's set in front of Judge Hitzman right now on May 17th. What I'm going to do is I'm going to RCO you on that case. So this 2017 MM4307. I'm going to revoke your bond on that case because there's probable cause to believe that you committed another crime while you were out on bond. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set both of your cases, this new one and the 4307 case, for May 3rd to get you back in front of Judge Hitzman sooner. And I'm going to set the bond on this new violation domestic violence injunction at $5,000. So make sure your attorney knows the court date is now moved to May 3rd, okay?
Can you, where's the RC, or what does that mean?
That means they're being recommitted. I'm revoking your bond, and you're not getting out on bond right now. You're going to stay in jail until your court date on May 3rd.
Okay.
Okay.
And then after that, then the $5,000 bond is applicable?
We'll see. Talk to your attorney about that, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All righty.
Judge,
Daniel Lawson?
Judge, I did read the CC, but I would still ask for a no contact order. I know that there's an injunction in place, but just as a condition of his bond.
Sir, can I have your date of birth?
11/17/57.
Okay, you're here today for domestic battery. I did find probable cause for your arrest. Do you want to represent yourself? You want to hire somebody? You want the public defender's office?
Public defender.
Okay, I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. Any prior record for Mr. Lawson?
There was an arrest for an battery, and I think he's currently on probation for another domestic battery charge.
Here in Hernandez?
Yes.
Misdemeanor?
On December the 20th, 17 MM 4230, and we will be issuing a violation.
Okay. All right, so it looks like you were on probation for battery, and you committed this battery, so probation is going to get their warrant together and get that signed sometime in the next couple days to hold you in custody for and have you arrested for the violation of probation, and that will have no bond on it. You're still entitled to a bond on this case, so I'm going to set the bond at $5,000. But if you do bond out on this case, just know that you're going to be rearrested sometime in the next couple days on the violation of probation, and there'll be no bond. So you might be wasting your resources on that $5,000 bond, okay? I'm going to order no contact with Teresa Palumbo. That means do not call, do not write, do not email. Do not have anyone else call, write, or email. If you see her out somewhere, you should turn around and go the other way. If she calls you, you should hang up the phone. Do not have any contact with her whatsoever. If you do have contact with Ms. Palumbo while this case is pending, you could be charged with another crime and held without bond. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I will see you back to court on May 2nd at 9 a.m.
Thank you.
Justin Mills? Hi, Mr. Mills. Can I have your date of birth?
3/25/96.
Okay, you are here today for a failure to appear for a petty theft in front of me on April 6th. This year, the bond amount is $1,000 on that. Is there an offer for him to be able to resolve his case today on that, or doesn't matter?
We may want to see what's going to happen on the felony, Judge. Is that what you would want, Ms. Cole?
Yes, ma'am. Right. All he has is, does he have another felony pending, or just this new charge, possession of controlled substance?
What kind of record is it?
He was just disposed on a fleeing to elude Willis and reckless driving here. I think he was given it looks like, according to, if this is correct, 90 days credit time served, so he just served a jail sentence. Doesn't sound like you misdemeanor would point him into prison on a simple possession, so if you want to resolve it today. It would be a jail offer.
Yeah. Okay. Sir, do you want to resolve your misdemeanor case today, the one for the failure to appear for the petty theft case?
No, ma'am.
You don't want to resolve it? Okay. All right, we'll keep you held on a $1,000 bond then, and we'll see you back to court on May 2nd on that. Do you want the public defender's office?
Yes.
Like the public defender's office?
Well, can I ask a question? Wouldn't that predate this other charge? So wouldn't that be actually, could we ask for an RCO on the misdemeanor?
I mean, I guess technically, but. All right, so we have a possession of controlled substance here. I did find probable cause for that. You want the public defender on that case as well?
Yes.
I have an address for you on Waycross Drive in Spring Hill. Is that where you live?
No.
Where do you live?
7049 Royal Drive.
Where's that?
Spring Hill.
How long have you lived there?
About 4 months.
Okay. Where'd you live before that?
6007 Waycross.
Okay. Do you have a job?
No.
We're going to keep the bond on that at $3,000. We're going to see you back to court on that case on May 7th at 8:30. But with this pending petty theft charge, there's probable cause to believe that you committed another crime while you're out on bond on that case. So we're going to recommit you on that, okay? You're not going to have a bond on that right now.
Okay, so
that is case number 2018 MM 1032. I'll see you back to court on that case May 2nd, okay? Okay. Pagan Rivera, Axel Rivera Pagan. Sir, can I have your date of birth?
576.
Okay, you are here today for kidnapping, false imprisonment, and a battery. It's out of Lake County, based on a warrant, and they have a hold on you for that. What I'm going to do, I found probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to keep the bond the same at $30,000, $5,000, and $1,000. Do you want me to appoint the public defender's office?
Yes, please.
Okay, we'll appoint the public defender's office. When you get up to Lake County, you'll get a court date. They'll come get you within the next 5 days. If for some reason they don't, the folks that are at the jail will bring you back in front of me and we'll figure out what the holdup is, okay?
All right, thank you.
All right, thank you. Did I get everybody?
There was an add-on, Mr. Johnson, to plea, Your Honor, Michael.
Okay, is there a Michael Johnson?
I think the offer was 60 days, Fernando County Jail, adjudication, cost prosecution.
What's the charge?
Dwellis, he also had a felony, so.
Oh.
Okay, Mr. Johnson, you are charged here in misdemeanor court for driving a suspended driver's license. The state is offering you 60 days with credit for time served to resolve it. Do you want to go ahead and take care of that today?
yes, ma'am.
Okay, do you understand by taking a plea on this case, you're giving up your right to go to trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Giving up your right to confront witnesses, call witnesses on your behalf, and you're giving up your right to have the state prove the case against you. You want to give up those rights in order to take care of this case today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, with regard to this driving on suspended driver's license, how do you plead? Complete no contest.
No contest.
Accept your plea no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily entered. Adjudicate you guilty. Send you to 60 days for Napa County Jail. Do you know what his time served is?
Yeah.
Do you know how much time you have in for this driving unsuspended?
I have 55 days in.
Does that sound right?
It was a March offense. Let's see. No, it was offense date of 2/20. So.
Okay. Okay. All right, so we'll give you credit for the 55 days that you have in. You're going to have fines and court costs in the amount of $438, the cost of incarceration, and is there a cost of investigation that we know of?
Not that was listed.
Okay. assessed against you. When you do get out and you're finished serving your charges, you want to make your way down to the clerk of court, make payment arrangements for all of those things, okay?
Excuse me.
Yeah.
When I'm released, you said go down to the court after what?
Go down to the clerk of court and make payment arrangements for all of your fines and court costs.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
All right. We got everyone at the jail?
Yes, ma'am.
Have a good day.